Hi, this is Andy from GPS Training. In this video we're taking a look at the differences between the Instinct 2 Garmin range of outdoor GPS watches. So it's not an in-depth technical review on the watches, it's just to look at the differences between the four models available. So it may be that you've already been looking at a Garmin Instinct 2 watch and you want to know what the differences are. For full specs and technical information on the watches and more in-depth videos that show you the watches in use, please click on the link below, which will take you directly to our GPS Training website, or you can visit www.gpstraining.co.uk and look at our GPS store and GPS watches. Just as a little overview to what the Instinct 2 watch is, if you hadn't been looking at the watch and you've just come across this video, it's a multi-activity outdoor watch, weather resistant, nice tough watch. They have lots of smart features, so you can get notifications from your phone, calendar links, weather links, lots of different watch faces on the watch itself, or you can download different watch faces, customize all of the data fields. Health wise, on the back of the watch we have a wrist based optical heart rate sensor, and it will actually measure pulse ox as well. So as well as the heart rate, we've got the pulse ox. It'll look at VO2 levels, respiration rate, work out fitness age, look at your sleep patterns, stress patterns, and many other health features that you'll find in the full specs. Records many activities. We said it was a multi-activity watch, so you've got all your walking, hiking, running, cycling, climbing, skiing. You could have paddleboarding, rowing, all your typical sort of outdoor activities. The list is endless. You can create your own bespoke activities as well. Indoors, it'll do indoor track, treadmill, indoor cycling, etc. So there's lots of activities that you can record on the watch. And navigational wise, you can use it as a navigational watch. It will actually display a grid reference, so you can set it to different grid references depending where you are in the world. If you're in Great Britain, it'll display an Ordnance Survey grid reference. You can actually send a course to the watch to follow. It's a black and white screen, but on the watch you will still get a course line to follow with your movement across the screen. It's got an electronic compass and a barometric altimeter. We can actually record an activity and do a track back to the start following a breadcrumb trail and mark waypoints. So it does have a lot of navigational features as well. So if you click on the link below, that will take you to the Instinct 2 watches on our website, where you can read all about the full specs and watch some more in-depth videos. So we're just going to delve into the differences between the watches now that are available within the Instinct 2 range that we stock at GPS Training. So left to right, we've got the poppy red Instinct 2S. We've then got the mist grey Instinct 2S Solar. We've got the graphite grey Instinct 2 and the tidal blue Instinct 2 Solar. The main difference between the solar ones physically is just the solar panel on the actual outer bezel that you can see here of the watch. So just inside the bezel, sorry, on the outer of the screen. I'll just hold it in the light there. That is the only physical difference you'll see when you get the solar model. That is going to help with battery life, which we'll talk about when we go into the specs. So the first thing you'll see from the smaller ones, the 2S, the S standing for slim or small, it's a smaller bezel and we do have a shorter strap. So we're just going to look at the sizes first on the 2S range. So on the 2S range, the 40 by 40 millimeter diameter and a 13.3 millimeter depth, and it only comes in as a weight of 42 grams. You just add on an extra gram for the solar version, which is 43 grams. It's got a lovely soft silicon strap which will suit a wrist circumference of 112 to 180 millimeters. So they are the smaller in size. When we look at the Instinct 2, the bigger units, they're a 45 by 45 mil bezel and a depth of 14.50. Weight wise, we add on an extra 10 grams for the larger models, 52 grams compared to the 42 grams, and again just the extra gram for the solar, 53 grams. And again, they have the nice soft silicon strap, and the circumference for the strap on the longer ones for your wrist is a diameter of 135 to 230 millimeter wrist circumference. So that's the physical differences. It comes down to the size of the watches and the length of the straps. We're now going to look at battery life. So with the 2S version, the non-solar version, if you're recording activities using GPS satellites only, you're looking at approximately 22 hours. There is various settings you can put in to extend that, not recording the signal as often as the standard pattern. Again, all that's listed in the spec, but we're just looking at the standard sort of GPS recording only, 22 hours. With the solar version, if you're out in the sun for up to 3 hours a day with 50,000 lux, so it does need a view of the sun, not underneath a sleeve, 3 hours a day, 50,000 lux, you're increasing the 22 hours to 28 hours on the 2S solar. So that's 22 hours GPS recording on the 2S, potentially 28 hours with that 3 hours of sun on the solar version. If you're using the 2S models as a smartwatch and you're not recording any activities, so you're getting your notifications come through, it's measuring your sleep, your heart rate, etc., you're going to get approximately 21 days with a non-solar. Again, if you're wearing it outside every day, 3 hours a day with a view of the sun, 50,000 lux approx, you potentially add on up to 51 days as a smartwatch. Remember, that's not with the GPS recording. One thing you do get with the solar version, and this is the same with the 2 as well, the extra smart feature is something called Garmin Pay. So this is only available on the solar versions, where you can use your watch as a contactless payment method once you've linked it on the Garmin app to a payment card. In the UK, we find if your bank's not listed, you can also use something called the Curve app, which works really well. You don't need your phone with you to use your watch for payments, but that's only on the solar versions. If we now move on to the larger versions, the 2 and the 2 solar, what we get is an increased battery life. So when we're using GPS only with the non-solar, that goes from 22 hours to an approximate 30 hours. If you are using the solar version, so the 2 solar, that increases to 48 hours, again based on a figure of 3 hours daily in the sun with 50,000 lux sunlight levels. With a smartwatch function on the 2, we increase from the 22 days that we get approximately on the 2S to a 28 days, and potentially with the 2S, with the 3 hours of sun every day and not recording activities, you can potentially have it as unlimited as a smartwatch. So I hope this video has just given you an idea of the differences between the 4 watches. We've got the 4 colours here. There's a couple of other colours available that you'll see on our website. So if you click on the link below, that would be great. That'll take you straight to the Instinct 2 range on our website. When you purchase an Instinct watch from GPS Training, you do also get free for a year email support, telephone support, and access to our online training course that's full of videos on using these great multi-activity watches. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.